Hello, tacos, and welcome back to our virtual mode platform as we are here for another midweek devotion to talk about a message that will hopefully center us for the rest of our week. And today's message is going to talk about if being right is always the right thing. So we're going to get into it. Here we go. Alright, friends, like I said, today's message is all about the topic of being right, and if having the right answer and explaining that right answer to everybody is always in the best light or the best way to present ourselves, or is it in a loving way? And the title of this devotion is called Being Right, and we have a reading here from 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 9, and that is as follows: Be careful, however, that the exercise of your rights does not become a stumbling block to the weak. And then we have this quote from a famous poet, Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And so now we have a short little bit of paragraph kind of culminating what this is all talking about from that Bible verse and that quote from Maya Angelou, which says this: We can do anything today, and we'd probably be right. Our statements are likely backed by undeniable facts and solid figures. Our postures towards those who have wronged us are probably justified. The judgment we cast on others is likely warranted, given their misdeeds. But is being right worth it? Once we've summited the mountain of our own correctness, what prize do we receive? Paul echoed what poet Maya Angelou reminds us of what is most important. Not our correctness, nor the exercise of our multitude of rights. Rather, what is most important is the impression we leave behind on our brothers and sisters, an edification that is left in our wake, and the echoes of our love. So basically what this is talking about is being right might not always be the best way to go about your business. Having the right answer and sharing the right answer might not always lead you to the best response or best part in your relationship with one another. And I feel like we can find ourselves in this predicament a lot in today's world, where there's a lot of different viewpoints out there on a lot of different topics, and everybody really wants to share their side because they think they're right. And they know they're right. And they probably have the backing to prove up what they're saying. But is that justified over the love for one another, over having compassion for one another, over being in community with one another? What this is saying is it probably isn't. It's more important to love one another than to be right and share that with everyone. I know in school we're always taught to have right answers and to draw the right conclusions, but I think when you grow up and when you see the world from the broader specs, you'll understand that being right can be coming from multiple different angles, and that you might have thought something that was right that isn't necessarily right in someone else's mind. It's a different of culture, it's a different understanding, it's a different of perspective, and we each have our own perspective of understanding what is right. And it's not always best to share what is right, if that makes sense. I think that's kind of what we're diving from here. Where we hear from Maya Angelou's quote that it's not about what you said and it's not about what you did, but it's about how you made people feel. And when you're sharing what you think is right, sometimes it might not make people feel the best. And that is important to know and important to note that this is something that people are going to think about. And it's how you make them feel rather than what you say or if you believe it's right. Now, this could be a whole lot of rambling of me going on, but I hope some of it makes sense for you to take into your world and into your life and into your schoolwork and into your family, and understand that you might have the right answer, but it might not always be best to share that in the way that you feel it is, because it might make someone feel awful. It might make someone feel wrong, when in reality it is your right perspective, but it might not be the way in which to love one another, the way in which to share with one another. So instead of trying to be right all the time, try to be of love all the time. Try to be of grace all the time and lead in Jesus' example of putting love before rightness, because I think that will help a lot of you in your relationships, a lot of you in this community, and a lot of us moving forward in this year. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have questions or concerns or really want to talk to me about this devotion that I shared with you today and my thoughts on it, I might not be right in the way I'm interpreting it, and so I would love to kind of have those conversations if you really have something that sparks up with you, or if you want me to kind of dive a little deeper with you on this idea of not necessarily thinking about being right all the time and how everybody might have their own set of facts, and that we are to love one another as we love ourselves. So that is how I'm going to leave you today. I hope this sparks something within your family, within your friend group, within your school. I hope this is something that you can draw from and hopefully center yourselves for the rest of your week so that you can carry this message into the end of this week and beyond. And that is how I'm going to leave you. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and we will see you on Friday with another tacos teaser to get some more points for that drawing at the end of the school year. So until Friday, see you later, everybody. Also, before I let you get too far away, we do have some weather that might not be great for our outdoor movie night on Friday at 8 o'clock. That's supposed to happen at Christ Our Savior. So if you do plan on attending the movie night, just make sure you keep up with your communications. Make sure you stay up to date with the texts and your parents' email and on Facebook and any other place that we have, because I will be connecting with you on Friday to ensure that if there is bad weather, that you guys know that we would be rescheduling the event to the following Friday, and if we do have weather that cooperates, that we will still be having the movie night. So just make sure to stay on top of your communications, because I'll be letting you know everything going on Friday, if we're going to have the movie night yet, if we're not going to have the movie night yet, based on the weather that ends up being on Friday. So just stay tuned for that as well. Just thought I'd throw that in here at the end.